Hi everybody, welcome back to So Darn Twisted. I'm Becca, as always, because it's only ever just me. Today we're going to have a little walkthrough of assembling the new coffin notebook set that I've done, and there is a freebie for this up on my Ko-fi page, which is linked in the end of the video, I believe, and it's in the description, so you can go and help yourself to the freebie or the kit from both my Ko-fi and my Etsy. I think it's on my Etsy. I'm very disorganized lately, but I will check that. So anyway, basically it's very simple and easy kit. You can print out as many of the pages, there's lined pages, and it is available in the grey version as well. These are just some test prints that I'd run out, but they look fine. So yeah, there's a grey kit and there's the vintage brown, so you know, you've got the choice. But yeah, you can cut out as many of the pages as you want to make your notebook as thin or as thick as you want. For the standard sticking it in a pocket, the 6 pages of a junk journal I think is absolutely fine. You know, I don't think you need more than that. Now, ordinarily I would have let my Cricut cut this out, but I wanted you to just be able to see it sort of as it will come out of your printer. Obviously, if you've got a Cricut or a Cameo, and I think like the Scan and Cut, things like that, then you can absolutely just set it up as a cut file in those. And if you do require the PNGs, just let me know. So obviously the first thing that we're going to do is just going to cut out some of these pages, which obviously we all know, don't we, that Becca and scissors. So yeah, you're just going to have to bear with me. I think I'm just going to cut these out and then come back to you, because this will probably take me a week. This is why I don't do cutting. My hands aren't very steady most of the time anyway, so it's just like a recipe for disaster. So I'll see you back here when this part is finished. Let's just see, already wonky. I'll see you in a minute. So I've got all of those cut out now. So that's my front cover, my back, and my 6 pages. And I'm going to go ahead and ink the edges of these, because my cutting is quite imprecise, so I end up with little slivers of white up the sides, but also because it just adds to it, I think. You know, I did put a slightly darker edge around the pages and around the covers and everything, so that you don't have to ink them if you don't want to, and they won't look too plain and basic. But yeah, for the sake of covering up my horrendous cutting and making it just that little bit more dark and grungy kind of thing, so I'm just going to go ahead now and do all of these, and then I'll come back to you again. Right, for the next stage then, what you're going to need is a hole punch and an eyelet, or a split pin, brads, I think you guys in the States call them, but yeah, split pins, and some lace if you're using the eyelet. If you're using the split pin, you won't need lace or ribbon or anything like that. That's just for the eyelet option. So effectively we're just going to gather up our pages, and as I say, this is really nice because it's completely suitable for beginners to be able to just go ahead, you know, and make one of these. It doesn't take any sort of real skill, so you can be a total newbie as long as you can use an eyelet tool or a hole punch, you know, because you only need the hole punch really. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get one of my little clamps, so that when I've got that lined up nicely how I want it, I'm just going to pop a clamp on it there. It just makes it easier, because I know then that my hole punch is going, you know, through the right place in all the sheets. So I'm just going to line that up for where I want to put the eyelet, which is about there. That'll do it. And then we're just going to, oh, skipped out a line. That'll do it. And then we're just going to punch through those. Now, so at this point you can put a split pin in, you know, and you're good to go. You're done. Just, you know, fold that open on the back, sorted. But as I say, for this one I wanted to use an eyelet. So I'm just going to set that eyelet on there using this that I hardly ever use. There we go. So that's now in place, and you can still rotate your pages to be able to write on them. So, you know, when you're setting your eyelet, don't make it as tight as it can possibly go, because then you won't be able to open your pages without them tearing. So you want to just have that little bit of movement there. So that's fine, we can put that off to one side. And then we're just going to take a little bit of lace. I've got an absolute metric ton of this the other day, from the wonderful crafting charity shops that I frequent when I'm able to get about a bit. So we're just gonna pop that in there. Obviously you guys are probably familiar with this anyway, so you know I'm not showing anything you don't know most likely, but there you have it. You have your nice little Halloween notebook that you can just go ahead now, pop in your journal, stick it in a pocket, you know, that kind of thing, behind a tuck spot. If you don't want to be able to pull the pages around, of course you can just pull them back, you know, and write on them that way. It doesn't have to be twisted out. I just think it makes life easier if it is. So yeah, nice, quick and easy, really effective, really cool. Look great in any Gothic journal, or just as like, you know, favours, you know, kind of stick them into Halloween happy mails, you know, that kind of thing. You could stick them inside cards. There's lots of uses for these really, but I just wanted to make some for my journal, so you know, that's how they came about. I hope that you've enjoyed going through this with me, and I hope that if you've downloaded the freebie you've enjoyed doing it, and the kit with all the different designs on. Hope you love those too. If you liked this, leave me a comment. By all means, give me a thumbs up. That would be really appreciated as well, because they do help a lot. If you're not already a member of my Facebook group, it's linked at the end of the video and in the description. Come and join us, show us what you've made, have a chat. Make sure you don't miss out on my free printables as well. In the meantime, guys, I hope that you have fun making all of your Halloween based items for your journals, etc. And I will see you for the next tutorial. Happy crafting!